been like really cloudy and like gloomy looking lately, but today was like one of the sunniest days that it's been in a while. And it like actually lasted like from this morning till like now. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the park and I'm gonna film myself in public just talking. And I went and got a sandwich, and the first time I tried to sit down I felt too anxious and I ended up moving from that spot and some ants bit my butt. Stinking ants. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually did it. If you don't know, I used to like really have social anxiety, and so going places by myself and filming, what? Like, that's wild. I'm proud of myself. I was thinking before I left the house about just being a beginner and stuff, and being a beginner at like making videos and on being on YouTube and stuff like that. I thought that because I was like researching like crazy and watching other people's videos, that I would somehow like have a good understanding of what I was doing, and when I started doing it, it wouldn't be so hard and that I wouldn't like suck. I'm still getting anxious, as you can see. This is new for me. Nonetheless, I'm also trying to keep aware of my surroundings. Anyways, yeah, like just being a beginner, I thought that if I researched and did all the stuff, that somehow I would be able to not have to go through this uncomfortable stage of growing and learning how to do something. Week 3 talks about like recovering a sense of power and growing, and I'm doing like week 3 and 4 smashed together. But yeah, like growing, the pains of growing. She said growth is an erratic movement forward. You take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but not to be like alarmed by that, because you are growing. Is just life, you know? Like some days you have like great days and everything is just like peaches and cream, and then you have other days where it's harder to show up in the same capacity. And I guess I felt like with the videos and stuff like that, that I could kind of make myself just be good and I could skip that uncomfortable growth phase, but that's not true. Like, you just have to go through it. Everybody that you look up has gone through it, and I guess like the quicker that you can accept that and just push through the uncomfortable and like the stinky and the ugly parts of it, like on your healing journey as well, then like you can get to where you want to be faster. And that's something I'm trying to keep like reminding myself, because I'm like, if I avoid this, I'm never going to get there. So yeah, just pushing forward as best as I can and trying not to be discouraged by the fact that it takes time. Sorry, I heard a weird noise. Is that a bird? I don't know what that was. Try not to be discouraged by the fact that it is taking me time to get better, whether it be on here or my Instagram or in life or spiritually and all that stuff. See, I did it. Nobody cares. Like, past me would never have done this. I'm so proud of my growth. Then a couple days ago, I was feeling like, should I even continue with my YouTube? Like, what? You see what I'm saying? Like, you take 2 steps forward and then you take a step back. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the weird stuff that happens. You know, surprisingly, the video that I actually put up, it's been officially 1 week. That video actually did very, very good. It had 200 something views, and I know to a lot of people, like, we're just so used to seeing like crazy views that like sometimes when you see like 200 views, you're like, that's nothing. But me, I was very happy. If you liked, you just watched it, you watched a couple minutes of it, you know, you shared it with somebody. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. If you're somebody who wants to begin, you know, just like this book or just some type of healing journey or your artistic journey, and you want to share what you're doing and all that stuff, please do. Yeah, that's my thoughts right now. Week 4 was my favorite week though. Doing a lot of exercises and identifying like, is this keeping me stuck or is this going to help me to move to where I want to go? The first quote was by Duke Ellington, and it says, "I merely took the energy it takes to pout and wrote some blues." I thought that was funny though, because I was like, wow, like, it's not that people are just like so much better than you. It's not that people are just like so much more gifted and talented, but it's simply that instead of pouting about it and quitting, they took that energy and they did something with it, something productive, and like they didn't waste that. In week 3, she talks about how anger is fuel. Like, don't waste your anger being jealous and bitter and upset about everything that hasn't happened, or regret But take that anger that you feel about, dang, I still haven't done this thing. Dang, like everybody seems to be getting somewhere except me. Take that anger and do something productive with it, right? So go film a video, go paint, go walk, ride your bike, do something that's gonna help you. Don't let that anger sit inside of you and kill you slowly. But get it out and transmute it basically. There was like some different questions that she wanted you to ask yourself, and one of the questions were, what makes me feel weird about my recovery? What makes you feel weird about getting better, healing, recovering, doing the things that you want to do? You know what makes me uncomfortable about healing is the fact that I have to do things I've never done. I'm gonna have to push myself in ways that I haven't wanted to push myself. So I've been doing the morning pages. Basically, that's the 3 pages that you do every morning, and you just write out whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking. Some days it's really easy for me, but then other days it's not, because maybe I'm going through something and I have to like talk about it so I can hurry up and finish these pages because they take a long time. And I'd be sleepy because I try to do them like really early in the morning before I start the day. So I'll be like, let me try to get a couple more minutes of sleep. Let me hurry up and just do these pages. There's a special power in writing it out. Think of the fact that serious documents, they always say put it in writing. Contracts in writing. So you writing, you're holding yourself accountable. In week 4, it's recovering a sense of integrity. So you can't keep covering up, but you really have to go deep in your morning pages. Be truthful about how you feel and all that stuff. So she was saying that okay is a blanket word for most of us, and it covers all sorts of squirmy feelings, but it frequently signals a loss. We officially feel okay, but we have to ask ourselves, do we really? You know, just being able to be real with ourselves and tell ourselves the real reason why we haven't done XYZ. For me, it's been taking me like 2 years to work on this painting. And I asked myself when I was on week 3, like, okay, so like, why has it been taking you 2 years almost to finish this painting? And what I discovered was that I was afraid of just putting it out. I was scared that like because it took me so long, like no one would want to see it, and like I kind of missed my shot by taking so long off. Because like I said, almost 3 years out of the game in my last video. Being honest with myself and being like, yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why it's taking me so long. It was making me have to face myself and show up, and that's something I wasn't ready to do. I didn't want to do that. It didn't feel good to me. It felt very uncomfortable. When I first started the piece, it was during a very dark time in my life. I'm going to go into a deeper explanation of what this piece means to me because it has so much meaning. When I tell you I was having no ideas for so long, and I knew that it was a sign, and that it was the Most High telling me that I needed to pick up the brush again, and that I needed to start painting again, and that I needed to start putting my videos out. Literally, like, I kid you not. And I didn't want to do it. I felt so uncomfortable, and I just kept putting it off. Now I'm seeing that I have to be willing to do the things that are uncomfortable. I have to be under the mud so that I can rise up like a lotus and come out beautiful, changed, and not what I was when I first went under. Okay, so here was the quote. It was by Seneca, and it says, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Wow, that is so true. That's exactly why it felt difficult for me to begin, because I didn't want to dare to do something different. I wanted to stay in my comfortable little bubble and somehow get to the other side. And I'm realizing that I don't have to like traumatize myself and do crazy things that I don't want to do, but I do have to take little baby steps and little tiny increments towards my goals and my dreams, because otherwise they will just be fleeting away. There's a Cleo Soul song. I love Cleo Soul. She is amazing, and I love her music. I listen to it all the time when I paint. When her Gold album came out, I love that because of the spiritual like things that she was talking about, and the music was just like so comforting. It just feels like a hug, and I remember just crying to that music because it just made me feel like I could make it, like I could get through. And that is something that I hadn't really felt in a very long time. So shout out to Cleo. She probably won't see this, but hey, she might. She said fear will slow you down and not help you grow. And she says things like that in her music a lot. Life Will Be by Cleo Soul. If you haven't heard of the song, please go listen to it after this video. That song is so good. Like, so good. She says, so many days you hid the truth, praying for that moment and someone to believe in you. Get out of your way, because time won't wait for you. Live your life. Live your life. I can see the sadness in your eyes, but I can see the magic in your life, and they don't know. that it took you your whole life to rediscover that you are only here to love and to be free. If you are alive, there is no excuse. God gave you a gift that you don't know yet how to use. Get out your mind. You cannot lose this one time. Could be right. Girl, I'm singing in public. Do not play with her. She is confident baddie over here. Like, do not play with me. Oh my god, thank you. It's been an interesting couple weeks discovering those buried dreams, rediscovering who you are, being honest with yourself, and then finally wiping away the cloudy image and embracing this new reflection that you see. See, oh my god, see, I said that and then it actually was in here. I totally forgot. But see, the alignment. So it says, what you have been doing is wiping the mirror. Each day's morning page takes a swipe at the blur that you have kept between you and your real self. As your image becomes clearer, it may surprise you, and you may discover very particular likes and dislikes that you have not acknowledged. A fondness for cactuses. So why do I keep these pots of poison ivy? A dislike for brown. So why do I keep wearing that sweater if I never feel right in it? Conditioned as we are to accept other people's definitions of us, this emerging individuality can seem to us like self-will run riot, but it is not. The snowflake pattern of your soul is emerging. Each of us is a unique and creative individual, but often we blur that uniqueness with sugar, alcohol, drugs, overwork, underplay, bad relations, over TV, under sleep, many and varied forms of junk food for the soul. The pages help us to see these smears on our consciousness. If you look over the time that you have been doing your morning writing, you will see many changes have entered as a result of your willingness. Okay, gotta be willing. Your willingness to clear room in it for your creator's actions. Okay. You have noticed an increase, sometimes disconcerting, sense of personal energy, some burst of anger, some flashpoints of clarity. People and objects may have taken on a different meaning to you. There will be a sense of the flow of life that you are brought into. New vistas as you surrender to the moving with the flow of God. This is clear already. I'm going to try to enjoy the sunlight, eat my sandwich, and I'm so glad that I did this, guys. I hope that this encourages you. Like, come on now. If I can do it, bro, y'all don't know. You don't know how hard it has been. If I can do this, please believe me, you can do it. You can do it. So, if there's something you've been wanting to do, but you've been really scared, just start small. Start small. You don't have to go to a park and talk to yourself on camera. That's extremely big for me, but it has taken me tiny steps. I've been doing little artist dates and going out and doing stuff like that, and that's helped me to get to this moment. But do what's comfortable for you, but do push yourself just a little bit. And know that all you have to do is be willing and ask for guidance. Knock, the door will be open to you. Start showing up, and what you're looking for is it's going to find you too, right? Because when we're seeking something, chances are the thing is seeking us. That's why we feel the need to seek it, because something is calling us. And that's exactly what happened when I had that art idea. It was God, it was Yah. He was calling me to make this painting to help other people who struggle with anxiety and just they've been in a dark place, to bring light and hope to them. And that is why I felt that need to start putting out videos, and that need to start putting my painting out there and start sharing myself, because there's a need there, and so I have to fulfill that. And so yeah, whatever it is for you, there's a need and there's something you got to do. So don't stop yourself. Be willing. Open up. It's okay. It's safe. So that has been my week 3 and 4. I'm gonna end this here now.